I need to double my income within the next month or so, or we could lose the house. Here's the thing. In October last year, I'm filming this in January right now. In October, matter of fact, I'm filming it on my birthday, my 51st birthday. So let me say again, in October, sorry, I keep doing that, of last year, some bad things happened with the business. I lost my two main clients. One of my main streams of income, that's been a stream of income for 15 years, I believe, died. Just a simple snafu with Amazon, and that entire stream of income was gone with one email from Amazon that said, your account is terminated. So I'm going to get in detail with this as the series goes on. But a couple things I wanted to get out front of this series is I'm going to be chronicling what I'm doing to bring the income back up. I'm going to be talking about numbers. I'm going to be talking about where I need to be, where I used to be. Also, the hard part of this story is explaining why I lost my two biggest clients. Just to give you an idea of why you need multiple streams of income. And because I got to be honest with you, I lost three of my biggest income makers, but I had some other streams running, quite a few other streams, because that's my thing, multiple streams of income. I had a bunch of other streams running, but that hurt. And at this point, we've run through our emergency fund, and we're reaching a new year here in 2026. And I'm not sure what we're going to do, but I'm going to chronicle it here for you. I hope you'll tune in. I hope you'll just shoot me ideas, encourage me. Don't be mean. I'm just not in a good place for that right now. But I hope you'll tune in and stick with me through this. Thanks. Realistic AI videos killed my UGC business. So let me tell you about it. So among the many things that happened to cause this income reset that I'm going through is AI videos. I'm pretty sure you, like me, and everyone else, we're getting tired of trying to guess if it's an AI video or if it's real, because the AI is getting better and better. Well, back in October when I had this income deficit, what happened was that was when all those Bigfoot videos, the AI videos where Bigfoot is, I've seen videos of him preaching, hiking, dating, all kinds of neat stuff. It was funny for a while, and it killed my UGC videos for a while because all my clients were buying those AI videos because they were much cheaper than I am. Here's the thing though. It killed my business for a little bit. My UGC business went straight down. But soon after, about a month, 2 months after, right before the holiday season, AI fatigue set in because we all got tired of trying to guess. Now, some of us like the occasional AI video every now and then. Me and my kids love watching the ones where there's a little cat or a dog at the door. They shoot a rocket launcher through the door, that kind of thing. I hope that's AI. I'm guessing that it is, but we love those. But not everybody likes them for commercials, for selling things, for videos like this. And so finally, AI fatigue set in, and then my videos boosted back up. They're not at the levels they were in October, though. And so that's one of the many things I'm trying to both recover from and boost up again. So join me next time. I'll tell you about the next income deficit problem that hit me last year that caused this whole thing. Amazon terminated my entire KDP stream of income with one email. So among the many things that happened last year to cause the income deficit, I woke up to an email from Amazon, just a simple email from KDP. And I thought, I bet you they're going to tell me about a change in, how things are done, about something new they're doing, like the audiobook beta program that I was a big part of, about something, maybe they're giving me more money because something really great happened. No, none of that. The email started out with, your account is terminated. And you know what happened? It took me about, at this point, about 5 months. Yeah, it took me a while. I actually had to get the Better Business Bureau involved. I had to go through a lawyer and work with the lawyers at Amazon to finally get it reinstated. It's just now been reinstated for a few weeks. And the thing is, it tore out, just completely ripped out an entire stream of income all of a sudden, right when all this other stuff was happening. Now, here's the thing, though. The reason they gave, when I finally got a reason from the lawyer, and it took me months to get in touch with a real, actual, live person, the reason they gave was that I had stolen someone else's book. Now, here's the thing. I published a book called Streams of Income. I mean, that's my business. That's what we're talking about, right? Written by a friend of mine named Ryan Rieger. Now, if you want to look on Amazon, you can find the first edition of his book. See, the thing is, he gave me permission to republish a second edition of his book. Now, in this second edition, I added a lot of workbook pages, things like that to it, and rebranded it, same title, or actually re-authored it. It is co-authored now by Ryan and me. And here's the thing, I even had a letter from Ryan that I sent to Amazon several times. When I say several, at least a dozen times when they asked me, do you have permission to publish this book? Yes, I do. Here's permission. And then all of a sudden, the algorithm, the robot, some guy in Pakistan that's manning the call center, I don't know what it was, decided that they were going to terminate my account because I stole that book. But I didn't. I had proof. So did they. They had my proof. And finally got it reinstated. But I'll tell you what, it hurt. At the same time as all this other income deficit, that was one of the many problems. Tune in next time. I'll tell you about yet another one that hit at the same time. I was kicked out of the family business. You want to know what happened? So here's another thing that happened at the same time all that other stuff was going on. So my dad owns a remodeling business. And just in case, I don't think he's ever heard this whole story, at least not from the other people involved. I don't know. But family remodeling business. That thing's been in business for almost 50 years. And I'm guessing, or elaborating there, I'm not sure, but close to 50. I've worked for it almost the entire time. Since I was a wee little kid with hair, just handing tools to people up on the ladder, that kind of thing. And eventually I got to be where I was a salesman, like a manager. I sort of ran things for a while. And then when I moved away, though, I ran the books, social media, website, all the things like that. And so that was rolling along pretty well as I could. I mean, I did great on my part of things, but some of the other things, at the business were not running so well. And I caught the blame for everything. There were a couple of people involved with the company that did not want me there any longer. And when I say a couple of people, I'm talking about family. They didn't want me involved in the family business any longer. And so they worked things, engineered things, whatever, made it unpalatable for me to be a part of it anymore and just pushed me out. Well, here's the thing. Working for the family business, I wasn't doing it for free. Never did it for free because, in its heyday, when I was doing sales and things like that, I took that business to up over $1 million for like 6 years in a row. Then I moved away for a few years and the business fell apart. So when I moved back, I revived it. I moved away again, business fell apart. I think you're seeing a theme here. But here's the thing. I was forced out, and that income, in addition to all the other videos you've already seen in this series, greatly affected my entire income. You've already heard of several streams of income that just were killed, slaughtered, mutilated in different ways, and this was one of them. This one hurt especially bad, though, because it was family that caused this one. It wasn't the Amazon robots or the AI videos or anything else. But nonetheless, it was yet another thing that killed my income last year that put me on this journey to 5K or bust. I got fired from my volunteer job at church. So let me tell you a little more about it. This one didn't affect my income, but it was just one of the many things that happened that really squashed my momentum last year that affected my income. Obviously, you tear a man down and break him apart, it's going to affect his income. And so here's the thing. There were some things going on at church, and I wasn't happy about a few things. And I asked a lot of questions privately with one of the pastors and never got the answers I was looking for. Never got the complete answer, the complete story, things like that. And so I'll be honest with you, it made me mad. And so I went a little more public. I'll say a lot more public. I started asking those same questions on Facebook. And the thing is, it got back to the pastor and some of the elders. And I got called in for a meeting and chewed out and fired. And the thing is, I still don't have the answers to those questions. And I'm not sure if they were mad about the questions I was asking, how dare you, the audacity, or the fact that I went public with it. I know they didn't like that. But I still don't have the answers to those questions. And I used to teach the Dave Ramsey class. If you're familiar with Dave Ramsey, it's the whole debt-free thing. I used to teach Financial Peace University at church, that class at church. Tripping over my words here. And the thing is, because I was asking that stuff publicly in the way I was doing it, and they didn't care for that, I probably, in retrospect, probably did go a little overboard, but that's the only thing that actually got their attention. I will say that much. And so if you have to go overboard to get someone's attention and still not get answers, it's got to make you wonder. But it just hurt getting fired from that job. It was so bad, I actually got someone else fired for a few months as well because they were associated with me. And the thing is, I still don't have the answers. I'm still not allowed to volunteer at church because that would put me in a leadership capacity. And you can't have troublemakers in a leadership capacity. But, like I said, this one didn't affect my income. It was a volunteer thing. I wasn't making money from this. But it's affected everything else. Now, here's the thing. It's still something that's going on. So this is one of the few things that I haven't been able to recover. And, I'll tell you more as this series goes on. So be sure you stay tuned. There's a little more going to unravel with this one. So stay tuned. But next time, I want to tell you about some things that I'm doing to bounce back in this 5K or Bust series. One of the streams of income I was running for somebody just died. All right, let me tell you a little more about it. So this one, I'm not going to tell you the exact names of the people that this happened with because he's a good friend of mine still, and he's pretty active here on TikTok, and I don't want to do anything to hurt his business. But I used to run a membership. I was like the membership manager. I had some other neat titles, but don't worry about that. But I managed this membership. I would do the updates, the emails, the work on the website. I would do all that kind of stuff. I became the face of the membership. And the thing is, though, this guy and some of the others that were behind it, they quit helping to promote it. And a lot of this membership was built based on their charisma, based on their name, based on the things they had done in business. I was just the guy that became the active face of it and the manager, so to speak. I would answer questions. I would manage the support folks, all that kind of stuff. I enjoyed it. Made some great friends in this membership that are still my friends. And so it was an awesome experience. And it was also a very, very big chunk of my income doing this thing. I'm talking, it was probably at least a quarter of my entire income. And then all of a sudden, I found out throughout the few months previous, the membership had been dwindling and dying. And see, I didn't have the actual numbers of what was coming in money-wise. I didn't know which people were free that they had let in or which people were actually paying to be there. Come to find out, at some point, there were very few paying people in the membership. It was mostly just free people. And I found out quick enough to realize that I was no longer going to be able to do this thing. And the founder told me, you know what, I'm going to let you kind of move on and do your thing. And I'm going to just let this thing kind of just die on its own, a slow death. And so that's what happened with that. So like I say, I wish I could be more specific with you because that would help you, but we're still friends and I don't want to ruin that. But the thing is, that was a big, big 25% chunk of my income last year that caused part of this whole series, the 5K or Bust. I hope you'll tune in with me for some more of these. Hey man, tell us the real numbers about what's going on. That's one of the comments I've gotten so far during this series. So I wanted to address that one, and then I'll start addressing some of the other comments and things like that as I go along. But here's the thing about numbers. Good friend of mine, James Pelton, used to post a series. I think he was trying to get to $1,000 a day passive income. That was the series that I used to listen to. And an amazing series and really neat. I got some really neat stream of income ideas from him. But he told me, because at some point he quit posting the actual numbers of what he was making. And I asked him why. And he said his accountant and his attorney had told him to stop doing that. The thing is, they were worried about people. If people see the actual numbers he's making, they might sue. They might start seeing, money signs in the sky that, I don't know, like they're going to pull out in front of him and hit the brakes. And that way he hits them and blah, blah, blah. They can sue him for $1 million because that's what he made last month, maybe. And so I was cautioned by him when I started this series and another one that I've been doing. Do not tell the actual numbers. So if we get to be friends, I might share that with you. But as far as on here, I'm going to tell you percentages. UGC Videos makes a certain percentage of my income, whether it's 21% or 19.4 or whatever. But I'm probably not going to reveal actual specific numbers on here. We're going to have to be good friends before I do that. Or if you're one of my coaching clients, I'm wide open with my coaching clients. Hope this helps, though. I know it's not the exact answer you probably wanted, but it is an answer, and I just wanted to give you the reasons why. I'm tired of talking to you about negative things. So most of the videos, and I think maybe all of them up to this point, have been negative. I've been telling you about all the bad things that happened that put me on the way to this 5K or Bust series. And so I kind of had to, though. I wanted to set the foundation. I mean, why would you think I needed to get here if you didn't understand what had caused it? And so hopefully now we're going to put all that negativity behind us and we're going to move on to some of the positive things. I'm going to start talking more and more about the things I'm doing to fix all that, the things I'm doing to make that even better and brighter and look into a bigger future. So I had lunch the other day with a friend of mine, Paul. And I tell you what, he's here on TikTok, Paul Germo, Germo. So I want you to go follow him real quick. But we had lunch at a place called White Duck Tacos. They weren't duck tacos, although they do serve duck tacos, but it's a pretty amazing place here in Greenville, South Carolina. We had lunch, and he was telling me about TikTok Shop. Now, obviously, we're here on TikTok, or at least that's where most of you are probably watching this. I admit, I didn't know much about TikTok Shop as a stream of income. I mean, I know you're probably ashamed of me for that. I'm the streams of income guy, and why had I not investigated this thoroughly? I've been on TikTok for a long time. I don't have a lot of followers. I mean, I'm under 2,000. But it's a stream of income I've just never looked into. I mean, I've ordered a few things on there, but that's about it. And Paul got me to thinking, why don't I have more followers on here? Why have I not committed to a plan here on TikTok? And why am I not using both of those things to sell or affiliate things on TikTok Shop? And so that's going to be a big part of my strategy moving forward as I research it. So you're going to start seeing some videos in this series that deal with the stream of income TikTok Shop. Now, I've chosen to focus on the affiliate side of things instead of being a seller because, frankly, I don't want to have to order stock and ship all that stuff. I want to be on the affiliate side. I realize I might make less money for a while, but that's my goal. And so I'm going to tell you more about that as we go on. But you know what? No more negative stuff, or at least mostly no more negative stuff. All right, I hope you'll stick with me. Have you done your taxes yet? Well, if you haven't, you've still got time. I mean, as you see in this video, hopefully soon after I did it, you've got plenty of time to do your taxes. But you know what? There's a really neat scene from the movie The Accountant where Ben Affleck is, well, his character is talking about doing taxes. That's coming right up. So I hope you enjoy that and tune in with me later. But here's the thing I want you to think about as you watch that video and think about it is I want you to consider your taxes, the tax savings, the tax preparation, the things you do when it's tax time as a side hustle. It's a way to make income by saving income. Why do you want to pay all your money to the government? I mean, I want you to definitely pay what you legally owe, but there's no reason to pay more than that. And I know many of you are overpaying.
Do you like it? I made it myself.
No, not particularly, but do you ever sell one? Mrs. Rice, you might have what the IRS calls a home-based business. What room do you use in your house when you make those?
I don't really, just wherever I happen to be, I guess.
Yes, it would be better if you could try to remember the one specific space that you use. Your home is 2,913 square feet. IRS code allows us to deduct from your taxable income a percentage of your workspace relative to your overall home.
What?
Mr. Rice, how big is your dining room? Mrs. Rice's office.
I wouldn't so much as call it an office.
It's approximately 200, make it 300 square feet.
Excellent. When you order supplies, do you order online?
I don't. I just zip on over to the beat store.
Zip?
I drive the truck.
The company truck.
One of my goals with this series is to reach 5,000 followers here on TikTok. So if you're seeing this and you're not following me, just do me a favor and hit that button, please. So currently I have 1,511 followers here on TikTok. Not very many, and especially since I've been on TikTok for a while. I mean, several years. Way longer than a lot of people with more followers. Here's the thing, though, is I never had a true strategy here on TikTok. I never had a theme, a niche. I would just post anything and everything that popped into my feed or on my phone. And so I'm trying to change that. I realize that is necessary to increase my followers. And so if you're tuning in, we're going to be talking mainly about streams of income, ways to make income, and most importantly, ways to make income that keep mom and dad at home more with the kids and not spending all day in commutes or spending all day at a W-2 job that just sucks the life out of them. So I hope you enjoy that. I mean, if you don't, you might need to rethink a few things in life, but that's what a lot of this series is going to be about. So before I go, I'll remind you one more time, if you're not following and this interests you, definitely go ahead and just tap on that little the little sign up there beside my profile photo and check out what's going to happen here. Why pinch pennies when you could just make more money? So that's actually what I'm trying to do. But here's the thing. This little financial dump took place on us pretty quick, pretty sudden. Quicker than I could just pivot and say, hey, I'll just start up another stream of income and get less sleep each night so I can make a little more money. It happened too fast for that. So what happened is we had to pinch pennies for a bit in a lot of different ways. But here's the thing. Chris Guillebeau, I don't know if you've ever heard of him. See, the $100 Startup, The Art of Nonconformity. I used to go to his conference in Portland, and he said one time in one of his books, he was talking about kind of the Dave Ramsey mindset of constantly pinching pennies, and that you can only pinch down so much. I mean, we could change our grocery budget here for me and the house and the kids and the cat that make him eat mice. But we could pinch that grocery budget as much as possible, and at some point, we're just not eating enough. And so that's kind of the idea. You can only pinch it so small. At some point, you've got to look towards prosperity. And so we're kind of at the point where we've done a lot of pinching, and we're almost reaching the limit where how much more can we do? I mean, I'm here in my basement office right now, and I just took my sweatshirt off, but it's cold down here. It's like 20 degrees outside, and I've got the heat off down here in the basement because I'm trying to save a little bit of electricity. Electricity bill here, I mean, it's about to reach $400 a month. I don't know how much you pay, but average, we're looking about $250 a month. It's about $400 right now because of the heat and everything else. So, you know, while everybody else is staying nice and warm and toasty upstairs, I'll turn the heat off down here and just freeze my tail off. And you just got to watch out and make sure if your fingers turn black, that's when frostbite's starting to set in. So that's pinching pennies too far sometimes. So some of these videos moving forward, we're going to be talking about prosperity and the things I'm doing to fix what broke, or to change what broke, or just do new things that won't break. I started out taking half-naked videos in the shower. All right, so one of the things I do for most of my money, this is the biggest chunk of my income currently, and it's an active, very active part of my income, not passive or anything, is UGC videos. So if you're not familiar with UGC videos, it's user-generated content. I don't know why I just had a brain fart all of a sudden. It's user-generated content. I don't know why I forgot that all of a sudden. But it's those videos you see like here on TikTok where it looks like a testimonial or something like that, but it's really just an ad for something. I do a ton of those. I fit the perfect niche in the bald-bearded, over 50, middle-aged, blue-collar guy. Just niche. I mean, I fit it well. I do ads for erectile dysfunction medications, workout videos, shaper shirts, like men's girdle type shirts, gun holsters. This, matter of fact, this sweatshirt I'm wearing right now, 2024. It's somebody paid me and my daughter to appear in a video wearing Taylor Swift for President sweatshirts. And it's actually pretty comfy, so this is what I wear in my basement office. And so I just wanted to clue you in on all that because I'm going to start showing you some of my UGC videos. I'm going to start posting some of those because that is one of the biggest ways that we're doing this 5K or bust thing where we're going to save the house and get our income back to normal. And so just stand by. There are going to be some of those coming. I'll warn you when it's a UGC video. That way you're not confused. Like, what is he talking about? Taylor Swift, that's not streams of income. Well, I'll warn you about that. But here goes. I hope you enjoy them. I had someone comment and ask about my videos here on TikTok. So I've had this channel for a while. I've talked about that in the Path to 5,000 Followers video a few days ago, where I'm trying to get from where I am now, I think 1,511 when I did that video, to 5,000. That's my goal. And so I used to post a lot of lifestyle videos, videos of the kids, videos of the farm. They would get mediocre views. I mean, very seldom would they break that magic 200 or 300 number of views on TikTok. And so very little. And so here's the thing though, I still like posting lifestyle videos, and I actually get a lot of people ask, we've not seen your kids in a while, Dave. We've not seen the neighborhood donkey that comes and roams around in your front yard for a while. We'd like to know how they're doing. How is the cat that got chewed up by the coyote? How's she doing? Well, she's doing well, by the way. But so just to let you know, I'm kind of doing a focus on the niche of streams of income. So from now on this channel. And so this is going to be all about income, what I'm doing with this 5K or bust series, all the different streams of income that I'm into, that I'm finding other people getting into that work. And so if you do want to see the lifestyle videos, I've got a YouTube channel where I'm going to keep posting those. Matter of fact, I've got a new series on testosterone replacement therapy, something I'm doing. And not for income, for myself. I'm 51 years old and then experimenting with that one. So if you wanted to check out that series, that's going to be on the YouTube channel. So it's Streams of Income, and you can find me there pretty easy. If you can't find it, just message me and I'll drop you a link or something. And so that's the answer of the niche and why this channel is changing over. We have completely gutted our Dave Ramsey Emergency Fund. So I actually had somebody ask here recently. I was applying for a grant for something here on the farm. And this way a lot of things are funded on farms, government, other places. Grants are a really neat thing to look into for a stream of income. But I was applying for one the other day. And when I sent them my numbers, I had to provide bank statements and income expenses, all that kind of stuff for personal and business. And so I sent that in, and they were like, well, how are you surviving? These numbers don't match. There's more going out than there is coming in. And I had to tell them, like, hey, we're Big Dave Ramsey people, and we had an emergency fund until October hit, until all the stuff I talked about in the previous videos hit. And so, yeah, past month or two, we've had more going out than was coming in. Worst possible thing to happen during the holidays, because business for most people, unless you're selling things, drops during the holidays. Service-based businesses, for a lot of them, and happened that way for me too. And so, yeah, we had an emergency fund that was pretty healthy. I won't tell you exactly how much. It was not the full 6-month emergency fund, but it's gone. We had to use that to pay off some of the bills, mortgage, lights, all that good stuff. So, yeah, big Dave Ramsey fan. And I'll say this, it's one of the first things we're going to do is build that thing back up, because that is a huge safety cushion that I like to have sitting there just in case for, well, situations like this. What can I sell as an affiliate on TikTok that I already have in my office? So I was watching Shop House. It's an amazing YouTube series about TikTok Shop. I was watching it the other day, and the lady was saying, when you're doing affiliate, things like that, don't always reach for all these big things with that pay big and things you don't have, things you don't own, things you're going to have to buy samples for, refundable samples, whatever. Sell things you already have. Don't wait on samples. Don't buy things. Look around and sell as an affiliate things you already have. And so I'm going to take you on a quick tour of my office, and let's see exactly what I might have that I can list on TikTok Shop. So a lot of the stuff in my office is actually collectibles or one-of-a-kind pieces or things I've earned. And I don't think a real Negan Lucille bat is going to sell as an affiliate on TikTok. But here's the fake Lucille. That could probably go. I've got a Bigfoot right here. Can probably find that axe. Maybe Indiana Jones. I don't know. Got Green Lantern rings. Oh, there's my tripod. That too. Let's see. I don't think he's going to be on there, but hey, this little guy, what is that, Wampa from Empire Strikes Back? Let's see what else we got. I always do Yukon Cornelius. Candles. That one's empty now, but I kept it just to put stuff in because I love the message. Yeah, 2 of them are missing because I'm reading them, but that set of Lord of the Rings, I mean, I've got any of the books that might be offered. There's one that I helped write that I know for sure is on TikTok. Let's see what, Legos. I could probably find those minifigs. Yeah, the rest of it's mainly just books. And let's see. That's all collectible stuff. Anything up here, the tech, any of the, the printers, the mic stand, any of that kind of stuff. Cords, surge protectors, my shredder. Yeah, all right. So my little dude's over there doing homeschool, and he actually asked, so you're going to be selling all your stuff, Dad? And so I should clarify that. This is stuff that I will try to sell as an affiliate on TikTok Shop. So basically, I'll take pictures of my stuff. I mean, I'm already using it, already love it, can already vouch for it, and I'll put a link to the seller that's selling it on TikTok. And that way I'm not even selling my stuff, but it's stuff I already have. And so that's something I want to dig into hard is the TikTok Shop. And so definitely looking forward to seeing how that pans out on this 5K or Bust series. All right, Dave, why 5K a month? It's not an arbitrary number. And here's the thing. I know some of you are hearing that number while we're doing this 5K or bust series, you're hearing that number and you're thinking, well, that's not a lot of money. I mean, don't you still have a bunch of kids in the house? Yes. Or some of you are thinking, that's a lot of money. You should be doing just fine without needing that much, Dave. Well, here's the thing is, that's kind of the bare minimum. My emergency fund that I was building was based on a $5,000 a month bare minimum. And when I say bare minimum, I'm talking like the Dave Ramsey style. What will it take to keep us in the house, keep the lights on, feed the kids, feed me, leftovers usually, because, man, I was wanting some biscuits earlier and everybody ate them all and I didn't even get one, that kind of thing. Feeding everybody, it's wintertime, keeping the heat on. And so the $5K a month or bust is based on the bare minimum. Now, my ultimate goal for a minimum is $10K a month. I mean, if I could get to $10K a month, I'd be happy. Here's the thing. Some of y'all might be saying, well, that's still not much money, Dave. Well, with that much money, based on our lifestyle, we'd be living pretty high on the hog. I mean, we could afford vacations and everything. Of course, I'm shooting for way more than that, but that's like, here's what I really need. Here's what I really want to hit. And so that's why I've given the numbers that I've given. It's based on my emergency fund numbers, pure and simple. All right, so fair warning, folks. I've been giving you a couple warnings already, but I am getting ready to start digging hard into TikTok Shop and how to monetize things here on this platform. So I'm getting ready to head out to the Iron Barn. It's our old barn, our old haunted barn out on the edge of the property where we have our gym. I've got a product out there that I bought on TikTok Shop, and so I'm going to go out there and use that thing and see if I can make a video and just trying to figure out this whole affiliate thing and might as well experiment with it, right? Let's go. Yeah, let's walk on out to the Iron Barn. Oh, y'all may get to see me bust my tail on some ice. There it is. There it is. The haunted barn. Ah, it's muddy out here. Oh, crap. Y'all see that? Oh, I was not ready for that ice. It's totally frozen. All right, so we made it safely inside. I'm going to show you around a little bit. This is the Iron Barn. And so I've got a lot of equipment out here. Some of it's just old and ancient, still works though. But I've got some newer stuff out here, like my squat rack. And here's what I want to, oh, looky there. That is a handsome fellow right there. But here, it's these pull-up assist. I should probably find out the real name before I post that video, but that's going to be my first experiment with the TikTok Shop affiliate. So I'm going to actually turn this off and I'm going to start filming that one. Y'all let me know what you think about the experiment. Now I got to see if I can get out of here safely. Iron Barn. If you ever come visit the farm, you are more than welcome to camp out in there. I'm serious. We've got a campsite in the barn. All right. Safe on solid ground again. Now I'm going to walk back to the office and do a little bit of editing on this video. Y'all take care. How many of you guys hit age 40 and realize you're too fat to rock out 10 pull-ups the way you used to? Well, I'd hate to count myself among the numbers, but I'm there. I can do a few pull-ups, full body weight pull-ups, just like I used to in the Marine Corps, but I got to a point where, I'll be honest with you, my body weight eclipsed what my muscles could handle. So I bought this off of TikTok Shop. It's a pull-up assist thingamajig. You can see the link below it to exactly what it is. But here's the thing. It uses these bands to help you do pull-ups. Now here's the thing. I'm going to rock out tons and tons of pull-ups with this thing until I can build up the muscles again and also lose some weight to where I can finally start using less and less of an assist. It's made perfect for that. So that's what I'm looking for. Right now, this sucker's on full Hulk strength because it's lifting all this right here. And so, I'll just demonstrate it. It's pretty easy to do. So I got it set up here. All you do is just put your feet in, put your other foot in. I'm trying my best not to hit the camera. There we go. Whew. Ooh. Ooh. And that thing is easy. Now when you get out, just be careful. Don't turn yourself into one of them fail videos where you you pull your feet out of the stirrups and slap yourself in the taters or the face or somewhere important like that. So hop out easy, but you saw how easy I was rocking out those pull-ups with the assist. Like I said, right now, this thing is at full strength, full Hulk strength. But as I get better, you hear that? I'm a little bit out of breath. I definitely need some more work. This is going to help with that. But as I get better, I can reduce the amount of assist it gives me. So that's my goal, just to get better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rock out, multiple sets of 10 every day. And then when I can do them easier and easier and easier, and I'm thinking, 10's too easy, then it'll be time to take one of these bands off and make it a little more difficult. If you are like me and all of a sudden you woke up one morning and realized I'm a fat piece of lard sitting here on the couch, I'm over 40 or over 50 in my case, and I need to get back in shape. I need to impress my wife. I need to show my kids what kind of a Superman Hulk monster I used to be. Go ahead and get you one of these. Don't even act like you don't need it. Just go ahead and get you one. The link is down there. Yeah, I can see it right there. There it is. The link's down there. Just go ahead and click it. You can buy it straight through. Mine came in, I think, a week. Mine arrived, and absolutely perfect. I've been using it for a while. The kids use it. For them, it's more like a toy, but for me, it's like torture device. But I think you'll like it too. Have any questions, just hit me up. I'm all over the place here. Y'all take care. I'm cheap and broke. Well, more cheap than broke. So let me tell you a little more. I know CapCut is like the gold standard for editing videos and, doing it cheap. I know all you Apple and Mac folks are going to tell me there's something else that's, comes on your computer or whatever. But here's the thing. The free CapCut won't let me do hardly any of the stuff I want to do, mainly adding captions. Unless that is free, and I just haven't found it. So let me show you what I've been doing just to stay on the cheap, because this whole series is about me trying to make more income, not necessarily spend more money to do it. All right, let me flip the screen around here. All right, so here's what I do. I got my videos, I title it a little bit. So then what I do is I drag it over here into Clipchamp, which for all you Mac people, Clipchamp is the one that comes on Windows computers, although I don't think it comes on any of the new ones. And so then I have to drag it down here, and so here's where I'm saving a few bucks, and probably costing myself a lot of time. I mean, at some point, and so I'm just adding the captions. So at some point, I'm going to have to decide, you know what, to save time, I'm going to need to actually pay for something. But for right now, just trying to save a few bucks, and so I'm taking extra steps. So as far as things go for this part of the series of the 5K or bust, I'm just trying to save a few bucks. I'm not even sure what CapCut costs. I think it was like $10 a month, somewhere around there. But hey, once some money's coming in from some of these ventures, from this series itself, from some of the new TikTok shop things that I'm doing, then I'll splurge. I'll splurge and maybe save a few minutes on using CapCut. Yeah, who knows? I'll let you know. This thing is taking forever. It says 4 seconds, but I guarantee it's going to sit there longer than... All right, one. Now it's been like 5 seconds. Probably like close to 10 seconds. It'll sit there forever. Also, part of the problem is we just had a big winter storm. As you can see outside, you can see we are covered in, that's not snow, it's all ice, a couple inches of ice. And so I'm kind of on what I call off-grid internet. And so when the weather goes crazy, the internet just, plus a lot of people are at home using up all my bandwidth. I need your help. So as I continue this 5K or bust series, I'm going to need your help. See, I'm not much of a video editor. I'm not much of a video anything other than a guy that doesn't mind being in videos. And if you've seen any of my other videos in this series, you have probably seen them and said to yourself, you know what? That dude needs some help. That dude needs to hire an editor. Well, money's not there yet. That's why we're doing this 5K or bust series. So the money's not there yet to hire an editor, but if you've got any quick tips or tricks, things like that I can use, that you recommend, just drop them in. Because here's the thing. I've basically, the only thing I do is add captions to this thing. And I'm learning as I go, trying to get better as I go, trying to, just make gradual improvements that aren't going to cost me a lot of money until the money's coming in. So be sure to just drop those in the comments. I promise you won't hurt my feelings, as long as, I don't mind you criticizing me, but as long as you give me a suggestion also. So you're more than welcome to say, Dave, this video is crap, but here's what you can do to make it better. That's perfectly fine. All right, y'all take care. Look forward to hearing from you. It's time to check out one of my streams of income. Here goes. Now, some of y'all didn't know I started a supplement company in addition to all the other income streams I have running. Now, I'm not trying to compete with, Muscle Milk or Jocko or any of those other big ones you might see in Walmart, Sam's Club, the Vitamin Shop. I'm doing it a little more low-key. It's called MK Series Formulas. Most everything is sold online. It's all manufactured here in the U.S. Matter of fact, not far from me, just outside of Atlanta. So I signed up with a pretty cool company there that's manufacturing all these for me, doing the packaging, everything. Matter of fact, if you're interested in starting your own supplement line, hit me up. I can tell you how to do it. It's all drop shipped. So I don't handle the merchandise, but I do get my wholesale samples for my own use. So this is actually the creatine. So MKO2 Overdrive creatine powder. All right, so reason I'm telling you all this, here's some videos you're about to see. I'm going to start uploading them onto my YouTube channel. And so they're going to be on the YouTube channel inside, well, actually several places. I've got my own channel that's built for preparedness and things like this, but I'm going to upload them on my regular channel as well because it's a stream of income related to my novel. That's where this idea came from. It's a direct, I don't know how I even want to say it. It's merch, though, that comes straight out of the novel I just finished called The Midwife and the Medic. Also on TikTok is where the main stuff is going to happen. There's the thing on there called @detachment793. If you want to know a little more about what that means, go to detachment793.com. Just want to let everybody know about it because it's another income stream. I'm always talking about different income streams. Another one I just started up, my new supplement line. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Why do you look so manly, Dr. Dave? Well, that's not a question that I hear very often, mostly because I think people are afraid to ask. But with this luscious beard and lovely hair that I have, people often wonder. And so here's one of the things that I'm not going to get into deep here because it's not a pure stream of income, although here's the thing, it helps with my streams of income. So when my family took that massive financial dump of October last year and everything dropped, the bottom dropped out of everything, it affected a lot of areas of life. And I was 50 when that happened. I'm 51 now. And so one of the things I checked on was my testosterone. Not because I wanted my beard to grow better and even longer and faster, but because at my age, men, if you don't realize this, your testosterone will naturally drop. There are also a lot of other things that can affect it, like stress, especially financial stress. And there are a few things you can try to do without resorting to medication, but I thought, you know what? I get my numbers checked. I'm going to give it a try. And so I'm doing a series on my YouTube channel all about the testosterone and actually showing you doing the injections and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to check that out, head on over there. But I will say this, one of the main reasons I'm doing this video in my 5K or Bust series is that you need to pay special attention to your physicality. Just how do you feel? How do you function? Because it doesn't matter how much money you're making if you look like crap and feel like crap. It also, it'll supercharge your productivity and your energy if you feel better and you're healthy. Matter of fact, as soon as I get done here, I'm going to grab my little man who's over there doing some homeschool, and we're going to rock out some push-ups and squats. And so y'all have fun. I'm going to go do that. Why don't you do it too?